of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
It is Thursday. Oh my goodness, how are you? How are you, everyone? You know what happened on Monday, right? I'd like to say hi to everyone. Good evening to you. you can hear it in my voice. I'm so happy to be here. I wasn't here on Monday due to some serious power outages, and so we weren't able to broadcast. By the time it came back, I just said, let it go, let it go, let it go. But I missed you. I missed everyone. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the show. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez, your producer and presenter of Inside the Zone with Lady D, the community platform where information is guaranteed. How you all doing? Lord, what the weather? Weather busy, wouldn't you say? I tell you, if it's not happening, something is out of order. Yes, we live in a climatic country. We ought to be experiencing the seasons as they are created to be. And so if we're having winter and it's continuously, persistently warm, something is not right. So I'm not complaining, A little murmur here and there. I'm not perfect. So it's a pleasure being here with you this evening, 19 minutes after 6 o'clock. Welcome to another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And so I'll be connecting with you especially. Today's program is brought to you by my big up sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Yeah, thanks, OG. Naturally, the show is broadcast on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, and linkageradio.com. I have omitted to mention linkageradio.com because, truth be told, I thought there was some challenges with the site. You won't actually be able to watch us live, but you'll be able to hear us. Streaming 24/7, 365 days for the year. 20 minutes after 6 o'clock. Of course, I'm also broadcasting on Touch FM Radio 90.1, signradio.net, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. It is my third Thursday feature of the show. I do apologize. I will not be airing from the Author's Corner. But I do have something in place of that. So not to worry. Don't worry. Coming up in a few minutes, Inspirational Zone, we get our praise on. Yeah, with some nice music. And by the way, it is Salsa Music Thursday. Yeah, so you can just move the legs and the hips and the waist. Right after Inspirational Zone, we have News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. And of course, I've decided to reformat the show, right? Because there's some things I need to drop in there. Being West Indian and all, I could not come here with a foreign show. Because you get foreign show 24/7 across the country, right? And you know what I mean when I say foreign show. It's not a local Caribbean station. And I did promise you that, like I used to do in the past, as we would say back in the day, when I would bring my riddles and my proverbs and stuff. Well, welcome to a segment that will be aired on a third Thursday in place of Fast Facts. So it's Yard Talk. And listen how I coin it now. We know where we come from. I like that. Yard Talk, we know where we come from. And so this evening I'll be featuring some Jamaican proverbs. I'll be asking you, I'll give you the proverb and then you tell me what it means. Okay? And then, as always, we have our mail zone. Your emails are my priority. From the subject line this week, COVID has my wife out of her mind. And at 7:30 p.m., Newspeak of the Week from the headlines, okay? Okay. So I got two headlines for you that I'd like to make mention of. One being, highway crash leaves 5 persons severely injured. And the second one, child forgotten in dad's car dies. All of this out of Jamaica. So welcome everyone. Let's get the show going. It's 23 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. So I'd like to say hello to Ryan. Good evening to, well, DL, you have arrived. Ain't that something? Welcome, DL, Jackie, my Jackie, brain box. Pat popped up, man, and Pat was like, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, Lady D. Thank you so much. And DL, it's nice to see you. You know, you and I can just say whatever. And the king is here. Wilbert, how nice of you to join me. Welcome. And Tamika Gordon, it's been a while, Tamika. Nice to see you. As always, I start off with some praise. I get my praise on. Don't forget to share the link. I have a project going on for my YouTube channel, and so you should be seeing something new and exciting going on there. Yup, so give me a bit. But, you know, I'll be rolling out, say, by February. So it's a pleasure being here. But let's get our praise on. Let's raise our hands, lift our voices. Did you, were you the one who, like, woke yourself up this morning? You're like, Denise, get up. Jackie, get up. Eddie, get up. I don't think so. I don't think so. Vernon, you just wake up by yourself, don't it? I don't think so. 25 minutes now after 6 o'clock. We get our praise on. Yeah, my girl Chevelle Franklin. kill my flesh. I tell you, if we don't, all it does is mess us up and leave us in the rut. But I'd like to say hi, good evening. That was Inspirational Zone. We get our praise on here on a Thursday evening. You know, I just love DL, no matter how we muttoned Jeff. I tell you, he comes on and says, you know, it's the Evening People show. And I know where that is coming from. Good evening, everyone. Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. I'm good. I tell you, I have challenges, and I'm good. It's a good day. It's called Thursday. Welcome. If you are joining us for the very first time, I'd like to welcome you to Linkage Radio. This is a platform. It's called Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, somebody. Happy birthday to you. Somebody celebrated their birthday today and they're like, Lord, nobody never even called me. Well, I'm just going to call you. Ring, ring, ring. Happy birthday. It's Lady D. What can I say? You can't say nobody never called you, right? And you're celebrating your wedding anniversary. I'd like to say happy anniversary to you. There are those relationships that have, you know, just frazzled out. Things happen in your lives and you're no longer together. And even when that very special date comes around, you remember it. So you chin up, okay? And a baby was born somewhere in the world today. Life came into the world. So we say welcome, baby, and mommy and family and everybody, all doing well and happy, wouldn't you say? And there are children who are physically challenged. Their parents are just in need of help. Children born with all kinds of disorders and diseases and so on. And, you know, we wonder why, but this is creation for you. Things happen in the womb, you know, all those things. So we think of them as well because they are people too, babies that have come into the world. So welcome. What time is it? 6:32 p.m. It is now time for... what did I call it again? I call it News Zone, delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, January 20, 2022. The Riversdale Health Center will benefit from a $3 million injection of funds over 3 years as the latest beneficiary of the Health Ministry's Adopt a Clinic initiative. The clinic was officially adopted yesterday by the Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami and the Jamaica High 5K Run Walk, supported by the diaspora community in the southern section of the United States of America. Jamaica's Consul General in Miami, Oliver Mayer, says the Riversdale Health Center is one of 3 being adopted from funding raised through the annual Jamaica High 5K Run Walk.
We were able to raise just a little under $30,000 US, which will be given to different clinics. So this is one of 3 clinics that will be adopted over the next couple of months.
The Riversdale Health Center will benefit from minor upgrades and the provision of equipment and medical supplies over the 3-year period.
The Adopter Clinic is about how do we make the connection and we exercise our humanity by recognizing that we have benefited in many different ways from the assistance of others, and in a sense we have an obligation and a duty to society, to life, to the next generation, to define a contribution that is not in keeping with some sort of value in return.
The Black River Hospital in St. Elizabeth this week received donations aimed at improving healthcare in rural Jamaica. 2 phototherapy lamps used to treat severe jaundice in babies were gifted to the hospital's pediatric unit, courtesy of the District Grand Lodge of Mark Master Masons of Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. Consultant pediatrician for the Black River Hospital, Dr. Agris Ajabi, says the hospital is grateful for the costly phototherapy lamps, which will relieve the burden of having to transfer babies to other hospitals. The We Care Social Outreach Development Limited also donated 2 bariatric wheelchairs for plus-sized patients. Chief Executive Officer of the hospital, Diana Brown Miller, says the bariatric wheelchairs will help staff in supporting and managing the transport of larger patients who can't fit in the standard-size wheelchairs. Several children in state care are set to benefit from a donation of 500 laptops to the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA. The donation from the Transformation Implementation Unit is part of an initiative to expand and modernize the ICT infrastructure of the CPFSA and support the learning needs of children in state care.
The Ministry of Education and Youth welcomes this timely donation. We know that in the wider context of learning loss in the education system that our children in state care have also been affected. As a society, we need to ensure that no child is left behind, even in the most challenging of circumstances.
The CPFSA says the laptops will benefit children of varying ages, especially those preparing for exams and those in sixth form programs. Meanwhile, more students from the Windsor School of Special Education are to benefit from a donation of 60 tablets under the Education Ministry's One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative. The devices have been donated by First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, which previously provided 40 tablets under the program. Education Minister Favour Williams says these partnerships remain important as the blended and rotational teaching approach will continue even as face-to-face classes have resumed.
Yes, the pandemic caused us to adopt the technology in schools and caused our children to adopt it, but don't believe that it's going to be temporary. Technology is going to continue to be a permanent part of the education system. We want our children to have the technology skills. It is the way of the world now.
And finally, the new headquarters of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade has been officially named the Hugh Lawson Shearer Building in honor of the late former Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister. The unveiling took place at the official opening ceremony for the Port Royal Street Office on Wednesday. According to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Mr. Shearer laid the foundation from the inception of independence for a principled and forthright foreign policy posture that has served Jamaica well. He says the Foreign Affairs Ministry continues to be a critical part of achieving economic prosperity for the people of Jamaica and the inclusive and sustainable development of the country.
As the first point of contact for our bilateral, regional, and multilateral partners, you are ideally placed to ensure that our partnerships give practical meaning to our national objectives through your foreign policy engagements.
The point was echoed by Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith.
Our bilateral relations remain strong and formidable. We have strengthened existing partnerships and engaged new ones, ensuring targeted initiatives aligned with our efforts to diversify the nature and extent of our collaborative programs and projects in critical areas relevant to Jamaica's development. We have established diplomatic relations with over 160 countries representing partnerships at every level of development and in every geographical region.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
That was a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening. It is Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. I'd like to say a very special hi to Cat Errol Stewart out of my community. Well, he's not there right now, but that's where we grew up. Penance in Clarendon, Jamaica, West Indies, yes. And I'd also like to say hi to Enid, my girl Enid. So nice to see you. Welcome, everyone. Hey there, Sister Morrison. You're late. Nice to have you, Sister Morrison. So nice to see you. So welcome, everyone. 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228, or telephone number to the Linkage Radio Station. Of course, coming up in a few minutes, I'm going to be giving you some more music. It is my Salsa Music Thursday, so I got it queued and ready to go. I wonder how Donald and Vernon and Eddie's doing, and Yam Lady, and my girl Hortense, and Gloria, and Pat, and Arlene. I told Arlene the other day, haven't heard a peek out of you. Yet she flooded my WhatsApp with all kind of wonderful notes. Arlene, how is Tafari? Hope you're all doing well. And how is Auntie Daphne, MS? Big up to Mr. Hines and the crew. I just love, if Mr. Hines doesn't have guests and co-hosts in the studio with him, then he has them online with him. And, the camaraderie is such this evening on my way when they were about to wrap up. That was a whole nother sidebar stuff, which should have been sidebar, if you ask me, going on. I'm like, all right, how is Mr. Hines going to handle this now? And so it played out. So I'd like to say hi to everyone tuning in. It's such a blessing being here. 20 minutes now to 7 o'clock. What time is it? It's time for me to give you some salsa music on a Thursday. Don't forget, at 7 p.m., Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. From the subject line, COVID-19 has my wife out of her mind. What is going on? You can just depend on Lady D. If it's not reggae, something else. Let's see who would like to say hi to me on a third Thursday here on Center Stage. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, Princess Center Stage.
Sure, my Donald. What's doing, Donald?
Good evening to you and all the wonderful listening, my dear. I'm not in my right mind because I heard you mention something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to call and tell you, when you go to that place and those people mention something to you,
mm-hmm.
you will go out of your mind.
Okay.
When they say you're positive, trust me.
Oh, okay.
You have to give God the glory to really hold you, because you walk clean and you talk clean and you do everything lean.
I got you.
So,
yes, I got you.
It's rough.
Yes.
But I'm doing good.
You're doing well?
I'm not sick because I did take the vaccination, you know, so thank God I did take it.
Alrighty, I'm glad.
All right, maybe I wouldn't be talking to you right now, but I'm doing good. I can cook my own food. I can do everything, so I'm good.
All right, I'm glad to hear, my Donald.
And I'm good, and it's so good to hear when the first music you play just make my heart just bubble. You know, you're
You know I got it. You know I got it going on for you.
Yes, but come on, man. Come on, more than something go on for me.
All right.
And I just want to say good evening to you, Sister Gloria, Sister, each and everyone, Sister Arlene, and our mother, and the wonderful people. Long I don't hear those people, but may God bless them all, man.
Blessings, Donald.
And I just want to know I'm listening, and
yes, I'm
bless
glad.
your little heart. I mean, the music sound like you, and you sound like the music, and you look like the music, and you. We can imagine when you're in a good mood and start up and hear the music and put your hand up in the ear and move. And
you know,
Lord,
so.
have mercy, Jesus.
Okay. Rest up, okay?
Rest up yourself, darling. Have a wonderful evening.
All
God
right,
bless.
blessings. $6:45 p.m. Take it easy, Donald. Take it easy. And I'm going to be taking it down in a minute. Jumping over to Yard Talk. We know where we come from. Well, at least I know where I'm from. It's my Salsa Music Thursday. If I ever dance a salsa, Jackie, you remember the salsa movement? If I ever dance phone, you see, you all would just say, "Huh, Lady D." Yeah. Yeah, who says only reggae we can play? Come on now, people. Come on. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'd like to say hi to my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Yeah, that's Cooler Runnings. Arlene, I just like the communication. It's a marvelous thing, wouldn't you say? So, I just dropped a word on Arlene, and here she is in my WhatsApp. I was just about to call you. I'm like, yeah. Arlene, it's so nice to hear you. All right, everyone, it's now time for Yard Talk. I'm a Jamaican, right? So that's what I do. I feature. If you want to find anything else foreign, you can. But I like to bring my Jamaican flavor to my show. Yep. The show started June 5, 2008. And thank God it's going on fine. I've grown a lot and, it's a blessing. So this evening, Jamaican proverbs. And I'd like you to call me and tell me what they mean. Okay? It's not just about me reading them. You're going to be calling me and telling me what they mean. Jamaican proverbs. Okay? It's my first feature, taking it back from yesteryear. With a different title and stuff, of course. You have to kind of big it up a little bit. So, I will present the proverb to you. You call me and say, "Hey, Lady D, I know what that one means." So get ready, 914-600-4228. We do have about 12 minutes of this to go. At 7 p.m., I have to share another letter with you, in Mail Zone. So let's go. Finger never say, "Look here." Him say, "Look yonder." Finger never say, look here. Him say, look yonder. What does that mean? Let me hear. Call me. Here's another one for you. If you get your hand in a devil mouth, take it out. If you get your hand in a devil mouth, take it out. Here is number 3. Peacock hide him foot when him hear about him tail. Peacock hide him foot when him hear about him tail. I know a lot of you young people like Eddie. Eddie and my other young people like Yam Lady and Gloria and, you know, you young people. I know you all know this one. And DL, you all know this one, don't you? Let me hear my phone line ringing, 914-600-4228. It's a little fun segment. Welcome, Chris Wilby of CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. By the way, at 9 p.m. this evening, I queued it here for you, Chris. Chris's show starts at 8 o'clock with the smooth groove, but at 9 p.m. he has a segment called In the Spotlight with Chris Wilby. It's an interview program, and this evening, shining a light on Alexandra Barnett. And that's on CaribbeanVibesRadio.com at 9 p.m. Go on, Chris Wilby. So I want to say hi to everyone. All right, let me hear the phone lines. 914-600-4228. Finger neighbor say, look here. Him say, look yonder. I'd like to hear the translation and explanation. If you get your hand in a devil mouth, take ye out. What's the translation and explanation? Peacock hide him foot when him hear about him tail. What's the translation and explanation? You call me, I got more music for you. Music, nice, music, sweet, I tell you. Okay, I'm like to hear the telephone lines ringing because I have about 7 minutes to go for this feature to end. It's my yard talk. Okay, those of you who are Jamaicans ought to understand what I'm talking about. Yard talk. We know where we come from. And so I'm featuring Jamaican proverbs. You all don't know nothing about Jamaican proverbs? You all just speak English all the whole time. You know, no little nothing for me, nothing. Come on now, people. Finger never say, look here. Him say, look yonder. What's your explanation for that? What's the translation? If you get your hand in a devil mouth, take it out. That one just easy like cheesy. Peacock hide him foot when him hear bout him tail. Interesting. Yes. So I'd like to say good evening to everyone tuning in. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. Let's see, anyone over here know about You know what, Chris? You're too young. So Ryan says, okay, Louise Bennett Coverley, all right. Miss Louise Buckering Ding. We need Mass Ran. I actually said that Chris could be Mass Ran. But now Chris is about to, oh, Ryan Wallace, Patois, of course. So, you all don't know these kinds of stuff, really? So I'm just gonna keep moving. 654 914 600 4228. Let it not be said, I did not present. I'm a lady, I present, and I keep moving. Here's another great selection. Also, don't forget, at 7 o'clock, coming up is Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Subject line, COVID has my wife out of her mind. And at 7:30 p.m., I have 2 headlines as my news pick of the week from the headlines. Highway crash leave 5 persons severely injured, and child forgotten in dad's car dies. Did you hear about that in Jamaica? Very sad, very, very sad, very unfortunate thing that has happened to a little 1-year-old. Yeah. I tell you, music for you. This one I got this one. I wonder who will be my dancing partner. Jackie, where is Tony? Tony's my dancing partner. You know what, Jackie? Jackie says, so what did peacock foot have to do with his tail? I soon tell you. My wife said it's the thumb. Chris Wilby, let's see. So let me just get them out of the way. You all are in my B class, to the back bench, pretty much. All right, first one. Finger never said, look here. Him said, look yonder. Translation. Finger never says, look here. He says, look yonder. Explanation. People do not usually point out their own faults. Number 2. If you get your hand in a devil mouth, take it out. Translation. If you put your hand in the devil's mouth, take it out carefully. Explanation. Act cautiously in getting out of difficulty. And number 3. Peacock hide him foot when him hear about him tail. Translation. The peacock hides his foot when he hears about his tail. Explanation. A proud person does not like his weaknesses exposed. So if you all were thinking about thumb and whatever else, wrong bang, wrong bang, wrong bang. Dark yourself home now. Go tell your mother why you get them wrong. Ya talk. Two minutes and counting to Mail Zone. I'm just in love with Salsa Music Thursday this evening. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. So Ryan, now you get some kind of tool you're going to use on people at work, I see. And pulling it down, taking it down. Why? Why? Because it's 7 o'clock and it's now time for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Perfect combination. God bless you and me. A perfect combination. They couldn't ask for any better. Yeah, take it down here now, Miss Stacy. Yeah, you know. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. From my subject line this evening, COVID has my wife out of her mind. Let's check our inbox. Dear Lady D, what do you do when your wife is like the fly on the wall? Let me get to the point. I met my wife in 2018 at a church convention where she was one of the youth speakers. I found her fascinating and could not wait to introduce myself. We're both heavily vested in church and love doing the work of the Lord. She's a beautiful woman and an only child for her parents. Her father is our pastor, and so our lives are intertwined with them socially and in the ministry. When we started dating, I loved how she wanted to be with me every chance she got. If I was going out with friends, I would tell her, and she did the same thing. We fell in love and married within 7 months. The wedding was beautiful. When the COVID-19 pandemic broke, we both worked from home. Lady D, since then our lives have become unbearable. She constantly wants to know what I'm doing, what meeting I have, and who is on my phone. 2 weeks ago, I caught her scrolling through my phone. When I asked her why, she said she overheard me talking to someone and she believes it is another woman. Lady D, I have no interest in any other woman but my wife. She has become so paranoid and aggressive. I have a close relationship with her dad, and I spoke to him about it. Would you believe he said her mother is the same way? He has managed to keep it under control, but he says it is not easy. These past months have been so different. I hardly speak to her because she's always finding some foolish reason to get me upset. Last week Sunday, a lady called to me at church, and my wife swears that she wants me. How could this nice Christian woman get so out of control? The most recent and shocking thing was when she lashed out at me with a curse word. I had to rebuke her, not in tongues. Lady D, I'm seeking a professional counselor because if we continue this way, we're going to end up in serious problems. I know your audience, they like to give their stories. Let's hear what they have to say about mine. Lordy, lordy, lordy. What has happened here? What has happened here? Ryan says, take back to Jesus. Lord, 914-600-4228. Let me hear from Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you. What's your take? I don't know. The curse word part hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, really, what's going on here now? COVID has done something to this lady? Arlene, it's a confusing world. Lord, 914-600-4228. Talk to me. Let me hear what you have to say, because this curse word part, I mean, now she has gotten paranoid. He says he has no interest in anybody else, that, you know, and the fact that he even called to a lady at church, she swear now that's something going on. She is just out of control and going through his phone. Oh, come on now, lady. What you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? What are your thoughts? He said he had to rebuke her, but not with tongues. So, let me hear from you. 914-600-4228. Who will be my first caller? I'll go to my first caller. Oh, okay, everybody calling. So, let's see. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Let me go to 0141 first. Welcome. How are you?
Fine. Good evening there.
All right. I'm going with the number ending 0141 first.
I am that person.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I heard it's something like it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, no. I was singing for somebody. It's not mine.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
Thank you.
This gentleman must have known somebody before. He met me. He met her.
Mm-hmm.
So why so controlling with him? He must still say hello to somebody and greet them.
Of course, I agree. She just, I don't know.
You can be so, come on now, it's civilized time. She gotta go get her binoculars or crystal ball to check him out then if she want to know something else. He must have known somebody and can say hi to somebody. We're in a civilized world. Unless you see something else and can prove it, let them go say hello to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Very weird. She is out of control, and apparently she's not always been like this, so that's why he's just, beside himself. They're being home. You see, this working from home as couples together with this COVID thing, it's not easy, because even if there are certain behavioral patterns.
You don't have to leave your mind to that. As I said, you must have known somebody and can say hello. Unless you can come up with something otherwise that you can prove, then let the man say hello to somebody.
There you go. All right. Thank you, my dearest Gloria. Let me go to another call. 1264. Good afternoon.
Queen.
King.
How are you?
I'm well. Good to hear you, Ryan.
Look, man, well, put all fun and joke aside, Lady D.
Mm-hmm.
These people are playing in the house of the Lord. Straight and plain. I hope the man will listen. Mm-hmm. You must always make sure you're equally yoked. What the scripture says. It look like them are two brethren never got Sunday school, they never got marriage counseling, then just him go church or him come at church and see this woman. Devil walk up in a church, well dressed up in a pike heel and boot and frock, fully make up.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, that was too fast. Poor choice. Time to send her.
Can I say, they married within 7 months. There are people who have married in a day. and are still together. I just think the woman being home, clearly, he says her dad said that the mother is the same way, but he has managed to control it, you know? So there is that trait that she has. But now being home and she's hearing his conversations and he's doing what he's doing, usually they would not be home together. So all kinds of emotions are now being, stirred up pretty much. And it's going in the wrong direction.
Lady D. We are talking about a set of people who is not, as church folks talk about the worldly people and what. These are supposed to be people in the house of the king.
Mm-hmm.
And consecrated in the house of the king.
Yes, sir.
And this is what is going on. Something else is wrong. People, this is serious now. We put joke and fun aside. This is a woman who was in the house of the Lord. She needs to check herself out.
Yes.
Or if this man is got me, the Lady D, me back from the next day.
And God. Mm-hmm.
No, life is too short. I tell myself, if I have ever married to anybody, I'm not going to live one day in any form of misery, Lady D. I can go back to my single life and live all the misery that I want. Why would I want to take on someone to myself and take on additional misery?
Okay, so I hear you. Well, he says that he's seeking professional counseling because...
Jesus. You should have rebuked her. You should have some olive oil to pour down her throat.
Yes, Ryan. Well, he said he didn't rebuke her with the tongues, so I don't know what his rebuke was. Oh, Lord, what a mess. Oh, what tangled web we weave. Mm-hmm.
When our own self we deceive.
There you go.
God is not mocked.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives beauty for ashes.
Same so.
I wonder if they want me to preach one sermon for them.
Mm-hmm. Write the script and come back next week. Oh, Lordy. Thank you, Ryan. Let me jump over to another call. Thanks, Ryan.
All right.
Okay, blessings. Let me take numbers ending in 7308. Hello?
Hello, Lady D.
Good evening to you, my dear.
Hello, good
Happy
evening.
New Year. How you doing?
Happy New Year.
Good evening. All right, hold on. Number ending in 7308. Who is that?
That's me.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did the letter say how old the lady is?
No, he didn't disclose age this time around.
Well, this virus would make anybody crazy. But I think she may be going through early menopause, and she should go and see a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm. That's true, too. You never know. But he didn't. Usually they give me their ages, but this time, no. So I wouldn't be able to relate to that. But you never know. Something must be going on, which is why he decided that, he really wants to seek professional counseling. He didn't say he wanted to go to no Christian counselor.
Yeah, he needs to see if she needs some help.
Yes, because she's constantly at him. And even in, his footnote to me, he explained some other...
Yeah, she's a Christian. Sorry to interrupt you. She's a Christian. She doesn't use cuss words, and she's using it now.
Yes.
So she really needs some help.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. Thanks always. Nice hearing you. All righty. Who is next on the line?
Okay, you have a nice evening.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Who do I have next on the line here? Hello?
Good evening, Lady D. How are you?
I'm well. Hi.
Happy New Year.
To you too.
Mr. Donald, bless up yourself. Mr. Donald.
Arlene, there's some feedback going on there.
Huh?
I'm hearing some movements going on.
And I'm standing at one spot. I'm not even moving.
All right,
I don't know. You want me to?
It's better. So don't move from where you are.
No, I'm not. I'm standing up like a soldier.
That's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the truth you're on is that whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, once we don't get to know each other well enough, there will be problem because sometimes you see someone and you think everything is fine and it's okay. But when you get to know that person well enough, just like if you see someone on the street, the person nice and everything, but the minute you work with that person or you live with that person, is the true personality will comes out, because whatever is not real, it's not going to be real. And if you're real, if you're an authentic person, whether you're at home, you're at school, you're at work, on the radio, you're just going to remain the same person. Whether you're in a bad weather or a good weather, you're going to be the same person. Whether somebody step on your toe or somebody spitting at your face, you're going to be the same person. But at the same time, it's not how long you know the person, it's how well. And I understand that maybe they didn't know each other well enough, because he never really get the time to really know the person, and likewise with him. And at the same time, they're Christian and in church, and they're going to go by the word. They're going to, because they're Christian, they just want to get married. But marriage doesn't change anything. The only thing that changes is the paper that you sign and the last name. And, I'm not going to put anyone down, because sometimes when you're not in someone's shoes, it's easy said and done. But all I can tell this couple is that, just continue to pray and just ask God to change the situation, because God is bigger than any problem. God is bigger than any situation. And there is nothing that is too hard for God. And there is nothing that is seem impossible that God can do. So, my brother, if you're hearing me, all of us going to have our little input. And some of us going to say, do this to her and do that to her. But we don't know what she's going through. And even though she cursed, yes, I don't give her the right. It's wrong, but in my book, I'm going to say, I'm not even going to say it's okay, because it's not okay. But all I can say, just pray for her, and you truly love her. Just talk with her, because in a relationship, no matter what kind of relationship, whether, family, school, or wherever, the best thing to do is to have communication.
Yes.
And just try to communicate with her. Don't, when she say bad things, don't say it back to her. Don't put her down. Just try to uplift her. Try to ask her. Don't say why you do this. Just try to find out what happened, what's going on with you, and just try to be her friend. And when you be her friend, just be her best friend. And after you be her best friend, you can be a lover, and then you be a husband. Just try to talk to her. Don't put her down, no matter what, and no matter how you get hungry. Just talk to your brain and just tell your brain, calm down, and just continue to live for God, because in every relationship, you'll never see two perfect people. You always have one weaker than the other one. You always have a stronger person. So you'll be the eagle, and if she's the crow, then you just be the eagle. Continue to soar, and you continue to help them, because you never know. It may be rocky right now, but after a storm, there will be a calm, and you never know what will come out of this lady. So, my brother, just do the best you can, and you cannot do it all by yourself. You have to put God in everything. And once you put God in everything, everything will work out fine. And I know some Christians will tell you some negative thing, but anybody at all, no matter who it is, if it's even the pastor, don't listen to no negativity. You just try to listen to the positive, and you try to do the best you can. And my brother, prayer can do anything. He can move any mountain, and just continue to pray. Thank you, Lady D.
Blessings,
you guys are
Arlene.
the blessed one.
Nice hearing you. Thanks so much. Okay, 914-600-4228. I'm liking the comments. Thank you so much. 914-600-4228. I'd just like to say that when he mentioned about... All right, let me take a call first and see what's going on here. Welcome to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. How are you?
Good evening, Lady D and everyone else.
My pat. I'm good.
How are you, Lady
I'm
D?
good.
Okay, it's good to have you back.
Yes, I'm glad.
I just want to say marriage involves two imperfect people who are striving to on the road to perfection, even though there is no perfection when it comes to marriage, because each one is learning about the other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, in this couple's case, we can see the woman really needs some professional help.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere along the line, she must have snapped. What caused her to snap, we don't know. But she needs professional help. And not even the pastor alone can help her right now. Her therapy involves professional help in conjunction with the pastor. Obviously, no one can seem to get a word in where he's concerned. So there's got to be a demon that's inside of her. This is not a normal person that she's dealing with, and not any and anybody can have a dialogue with her because she is irrational right now. So this is why I am saying she needs some kind of professional help. And may that poor man, that husband, he must be going through hell, living with this nagging woman, consistent, and the negative words, the vulgar language that is being used. No woman is supposed to be using those kind of language to her husband. If this is the man you're going to lay down with, this is your spouse. You're supposed to elevate and uplift, yes, and speak kindly about your spouse. If both are unable to get along, then there has to be some form of separation before physical abuse comes into play. Verbal abuse leads to emotional abuse, psychological abuse, and then the physical abuse. And this is where we see couples, one end up killing the other. So, you know, it's very important to bring this kind of topic to the light because it involves someone we may know, could be a family member. It's got to be addressed. So, yes, we all can sit back and say what we have to say, but I believe first and foremost that professional help is really needed because just having the pastor alone to pray, that's not going to work. You know, yes, prayer works. Prayer changes things, but the scripture says prayer without work is dead. We can pray as much as we want, but there are remedies. Just like the remedy for sin is the truth about God and His love. If one is has a medical problem, you need to go to the doctor to have the doctor diagnose you. And once you're diagnosed, he will prescribe the proper treatment. And so this is the problem in this year's situation. Now, I'm glad that he is going for help, but what about her? It's okay for him to get help so he can be healed, but she also needs to get some help because the healing that he's getting, he's going to go right back into the same situation. Abusive situation. It's not good for husband to curse wife or wife to be cursing husband. No matter how bad the situation is, it is not good. That's where the lack of respect comes into play. And in a relationship, you must have certain qualities: communication, respect. You must respect each other. You know? So those are my few words.
Your comments.
Okay?
Thank you, my Pat.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Hi, Ryan. Lady.
Yes,
Sister Gloria.
I'm telling you, chat room is just going on.
I love the chat room. I love it.
Oh, Lordy. Thank you, Pat.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I tell you, I was about to say thanks to all those who have made their comments, you know. In my lifetime of being in a Christian and in church, there are many couples who came together because of their giftings, right, that were demonstrated. Whether you were a gifted singer or a speaker or a teacher or a dancer, whatever it is, people can become attracted to that part of your who you are as a person, but not to you, the person. Did you know that? So you are at every concert they're singing, or you're at everything they're dancing at, or something. There is that thing, but not the person. So you're not spending enough time in the whole getting to know you, asking the hard questions that you need an answer to, both ways. And what I think this has to do with some kind of a mental thing. You know why? Because her mother exhibits the same kind of traits that the father says he has managed to hold down. And, you know, he's pastor of the church. What do you think he's going to do? Come talk to his membership and say, oh, my wife at home carrying on? He's not going to do all of that now. But I'm sure she looked nice in her hat and doing her thing as wife. And so, you know, it goes back to the fact that if she can start to now be using curse words, then there is an inner rage. There's something there that is triggering her out of her control. Something is going on there, and she needs prayer, and she needs to talk. She needs somebody to talk to. And though he's seeking professional help, he didn't say it was just for him. So quite possibly he sees that danger is ahead and he needs to address it now. So when I get these emails, again, there are many emails that are coming in, but I really just can't bring them here. Some of them are just not worthy to be mentioned on air. But the ones that do, I believe they do have problems. And DL had made a suggestion to me some time back. Remember the one that I had brought here where they were going to their destination wedding in Jamaica, and when the fiancé saw the wife, the fiancé saw the best friend. You remember that mix-up one? Walking on the beach with husband-to-be, and she was going to call off wedding and all kind of mix-up. So I'm taking his suggestion. Yes, I can do the follow-ups to find out, how are things going. I don't want to get too involved in these people's situation. The fact that I host the segment, you're willing to share your story, but I really don't want to get too involved. But asking a follow-up is okay. I just can't help you further after that. So I'm thankful for everyone who has called and shared their comments. But people are having serious issues out there. And again, I believe in talking. If you're not willing to talk to me, I am not a genie. I can't figure you out. I have no plans to read nobody's mind. You have to be willing to talk to me and say, this is what's happening to me. It's a very, very important part of who we are as human beings. Animals do it. They make sounds. There are certain gestures that some animals make, and they know it's time for either mating, having a conversation, or something. More so human beings, right? So I hope those of you who are listening and you do have your own cross to bear, everybody bearing some kind of cross. But yes, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, beautiful. How are you?
Hey there, Vernon. I'm good.
And good evening to all your listeners.
Thank you. They're saying hi back to you.
The person you're talking about, you have to make sure they're not on any medication or pharmaceutical medication or anything like that. Sometimes they make people act different.
Well, he didn't say.
Some of them. Yes, some of them. And some of the people who take these shots too, they acting a little funny. Some of them, not all of them. So there's a lot of things that can cause somebody to do something they normally wasn't doing before.
Yes.
Yes, a lot of things. So you have to know more sometime before
we can draw our own conclusions. Yes, I got you. But when you get these letters, they're really not going to bear their whole soul. They just give you...
No. They're just going to tell you what's going on. They're
what's going on.
Right. But sometimes they don't know that either.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people, good people. And then after a while, they take these medications, they start to act different.
Yes.
So some people, they're on 6 medications.
A whole lot going on there,
One day I
right?
was listening to a show, the lady was like about 15 medications.
Mm-hmm. And they all have
That's
some
something
side
that I just give
effects.
them to them, but you don't have to just give it to them.
Yes. And they all have side effects, and
Yeah, every one of them have
mm-hmm,
side effects.
they do. Well, nice
That's
hearing you
why I try not to
always.
take medication from no one.
Oh, I hear you. Okay. Blessings, Vernon. Nice
Yep.
hearing you.
You have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too. Alrighty, it's now 29 minutes after 7 o'clock, and of course, I'll be, you know how this show rolls, right? I transition from one segment to the next. So that's a wrap right now for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority, but certainly I am from the Pentecostal faith. We believe that spirits exist. There are two forces that rule this universe, right? There's God, and then there's a devil who, formerly Lucifer, who thought he was just all that, right, and had to be cast out. Anybody who believes that, that's what we believe. So, can you imagine he now came down here to wreak havoc? There's absolutely no way he wants you to take his place. So he's pulling out every single stop to ensure that you don't experience what he's no longer going to have. That's one. And two, I believe that even if people are exhibiting certain kinds of tendencies that are not normal, they're outside of the normal human behavioral pattern, I still believe in talking. I believe you should be able to talk, because you can grab a person and say, I cast out, I declare, and all that. But that spirit is still very dormant. It is there waiting to say something, to have that one-on-one. Anybody who knows anything about those kinds of encounters and deliverance, you don't just get up and beat out devil out of people. Because that that initial encounter that they had with that thing, whatever that thing is, has just sat there and just waiting. So you can't just blood of Jesus and something. Blood of Jesus work. I believe in it. But you ought to be able to face that thing and let it speak, whatever it is. And you'd be surprised what you hear before you start slap up and stuff. So I hope, because in church, you become so churched, that the spirit and presence of the Lord is not dwelling. He's not there. You're just busy going through the works. And even in relationships, it happens. Wife a Christian, husband a Christian, wife a Christian, husband and a Christian, all kinds of stuff. And that too, there's a dynamic to that. Because if there's any form of resistance, it's going to exhibit itself. It's either they're going to say, you go to church too much. So that's that. You can't stay in your yard one Sunday. That's that. So we all have to kind of think about it. Really think about it. Who we going married? How much we know? Me not your helper. So me not prepared to take up stuff where me no need to take up. That you weren't prepared to take care of yourself. So these people, when they share their stories, I'm very respectful to them. And when we have the discussions, they do hear them. And it's for them now, they walk away with bits and pieces, knowing that I really need help. If you don't acknowledge that you need help, you won't get any. It's going to stay right there with you. So that's a wrap for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Now, switching over to, I decided that I couldn't let Monday come because the days are going to pass. Who wants to talk to me now? Who wants to talk to me very quickly because I'm moving into my next segment?
Yes, I understand. Mm-hmm. What I was going to take a little while, so I will let you switch, my dear.
Okay. All right,
that's
Madonna.
Okay. That's okay, honey.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, so switching over this evening, welcome everyone. The show is called Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. That's my name. I like to tell people it's on my birth certificate. Yep, that's on my birth paper. I love my name, you know. So even when I marry, it have to go somewhere. It have to be Gomez, blah, blah. You ever heard of a Meta Gomez, blah, blah? Well, it would be your first time.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Alrighty, welcome everyone. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. You're in center stage this evening, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And oh my goodness, I've been connecting with you and it feels so good. It feels so good. My news pick of the week from the headlines. Highway crash leaves 5 persons severely injured. Child forgotten in dad's car. This perhaps... Pleasant good evening to everyone. Welcome to you, 914-600-4228. This is Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Aired right here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, and linkageradio.com. Linkage Radio on the Ustream, on the TuneIn. I'm so sorry, on TuneIn. I memorize these things. I do apologize. On TuneIn, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, SignRadio.net, and Touch FM Radio 90.1. News pick of the week. I heard both headlines. I heard them read, and I watched the TVJ and CVM, news cast. And the first one that had me so troubled, pretty much. Child forgotten in dad's car dies. Cops at the Black River Police Station have been left traumatized after the death of the 1-year-old daughter of a police sergeant. The child had been forgotten in the car at the station while her father worked. The father, who is a detective sergeant, told investigators that he should have taken the child to a daycare center, but forgot and went straight to work at 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Hours later, the child was found unconscious and was rushed to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. More details, of course, they are doing their investigations and so on. I'll read the second headline and then we'll have the open discussion. Highway crash leaves 5 persons severely injured. A coaster bus traveling from St. Elizabeth today, which was yesterday, overturned after the driver lost control, leaving 5 persons seriously injured. About 12:40 p.m., a Toyota coaster bus and a Nissan Tilda were in the eastbound lane when the crash happened near the Spanish Town exit in the vicinity of the Marchpen Bridge. Edwards said the driver of the Tilda was reportedly reversing when the bus heading towards Kingston crashed in the rear of the car. He's appealing to motorists to desist from reversing on highways. It is not safe. We understand that the bumper fell off the Tilda and all he had to do was pull over to the left. walk and retrieve it. It was a matter of being irresponsible and reckless on the part of the Tilda driver, he said. About 30 persons were aboard the bus. Up to yesterday, there were 24 fatalities from road crashes across Jamaica. The highest number of fatalities were recorded in St. Catherine, with 3 in St. Catherine North Police Division and 4 in the St. Catherine South Police Division. Some 22 Jamaicans lost their lives in crashes over a similar period last year. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1. We've had instances where children have been left in motor cars in this country on several occasions. It's one of those unexplainable things, occurrences, unfortunate, because I will say that if you are not accustomed to doing something, so there's that. I have a child, mommy or somebody else always take them to daycare or drop them off at grandma or somebody, right? And this particular morning, they say, Lady D, can you take Mary? I said, fine. So I drive. I so happen to stop by work. I'm accustomed to going to work. Did I have to stop by work? Because these are the things that you ask yourself. If you were to put yourself in the position, you get a call and they say you can stop by, you say yes. But you're not accustomed to having the child. Now, whether you see the picnic in the back of the car with you, in that moment, you forget. It's like our brains are, we are created in such a way that you can be very tunnel visioned. And there's a blind spot you don't see, right? You put on your right indicator, you're going over right. You swear when you look through your mirror right there, you didn't see nobody. Then you go over, bam, right? So he stops at the office, go inside. He's not supposed to even be there, Go inside and start to do stuff. And before you know it, hours later, he's remembering that, when him go outside, now we're talking about hot Jamaica, right? So no AC, no leave on in no car or anything like that. And his cute little 1-year-old baby, cute, pretty little button, a little girl, unconscious, he'd take the picnic in this hot vehicle. And just like that, she's no longer here. So how you I don't know what the mother is thinking. You don't know what how the family feels about this person who they all love as daddy. How do you, because we can join in a chorus and beat up people. You just sometimes wonder what happened when you forget, when you genuinely forget that you had a human being in the car with you. Let me take a call. Good evening. How are you?
Yes, it's me again, my beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
when you exit
Vernon.
a car.
Vernon?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me have a conversation with you. You and I ever met before?
No.
Then how you know me beautiful?
I saw you on the phone. You are very beautiful.
You see me on phone? Which phone?
I see you
beautiful
picture all the time, everywhere.
Everywhere? Me everywhere?
Right.
Me everywhere?
You're on Facebook, you know, all kind of thing.
Oh, bro. Okay, I hear you. All right.
I'm surprised a beautiful lady like you don't have 2 or 3 husbands.
Oh, dear Lord. No, because Miss Smart. Miss Smart, that's why. Mm-hmm.
And my friend still a pack. I don't know when you're done.
Oh, dear Lord. Vernon?
But this baby, right?
Yes.
America come here, them foolishness. When you get out of the car, you automatically look in the back seat.
It's a thing.
Whether anything is there or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how you can forget that the child is in the car with you. There's no partition between you and the child. She's right there. Yeah, she's right there. And number one, if you have a child in a car, in the back seat, must be opposite of you. So every time you look in the rear view mirror,
You're seeing somebody.
to know if he's throwing up, if he's vomiting, if he's having a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know these things work. I still can't figure them out.
Lord Vernon, it's very hard. Hard. I'm wondering what is the mother. Oh, Jesus. You know, the blame game he's going through now, blaming himself, family blaming, everybody trying to say they're trying to understand, but nobody does.
Because in America, I think they should do more investigation if they insure the child.
You mean, Vernon, where are you taking me to? Where are you taking me to? No, Vernon. I can't do that one with you this evening.
These
no.
people are very, very dangerous people in America. I don't know what to do.
No, Sir Vernon, I can't do that one with you.
Very half in America.
Yeah. I hear where you're going. I really can't take that one with you this evening.
All right, go to somebody else.
Yes. Thank you. Welcome to Newspeak of the Week. How are you?
Lady D, it's Pat calling back.
Yes, my dear Pat.
This story sounds so familiar. Wasn't it a few years ago? I don't remember the individual. It was male. He had twin children. I think he must have been a social worker or something to that effect. And he left his twins in the car.
Yes.
It was during the summer. It was a hot time. And it wasn't until in the evening when he went to his car, he realized that the twins were in the car. They were dead.
Yes, I remember that too.
You know, and I'm saying to myself, how is this possible? You're supposed to be a logical, prudent thinking person. Not unless something psychological happened, he must have snapped or something. But automatically when you leave your vehicle, you check to make sure your doors are locked and if you will leave anything in your vehicle. Okay? So I don't know. Who am I to judge? I cannot judge, but I find this to be extremely strange. But they will get to the bottom of this. You know, it's just so sad. There are individuals who would love to have a child and they are unable to. And here is it, you are a parent and you're supposed to be protecting your child. And here is it, you are responsible for your child's death, negligence.
Sad.
That's sad.
Yes.
I have a problem with that, Lady B.
Thank you, my love. I have some other calls.
I hope they get to the bottom of it. I know he's not in a very comfortable place right now,
No.
knowing that he took the life of his child.
Yes. Thank you, Pat.
To go home now and don't hear that child's voice.
Yes.
What is he going to tell the wife or the girlfriend? You know, what happened to the child? It is not a nice thing, but I just hope they get to the bottom of things.
Thank you. Let me take another
You're
call.
welcome, Lady B.
Thanks, Pat.
All right.
Good evening. Welcome.
First time caller.
You know what, Eddie?
First time call.
Yes, sir. You know, Eddie F.
Lady D.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes is what is going through your brain. I see a little 2-year-old girl one Sunday. The girl, the police was an inspector of police, and he took his niece to where I was living. So I was getting ready to go on the street, maybe about 11. And when I went outside, I saw the baby in the car locked up. And when I run and call him, he was so shocked.
So where was he?
Was coming from my house.
So I leave the child in the car, lock it and gone.
And come to my house, yes. And I was leaving, and he forget the baby. That was real. He was shocked. Lucky the baby was alive. So things happen. And I'm saying sometimes your brain don't function as it should.
Well, that's what I'm saying because, you know, the way we are made up, we are so unique that when things happen in a very tragic way, you realize what we are capable of doing without even doing it intentionally.
One woman take the baby out the car in the baby seat or whatever they call it and put on top of the car and drove off.
With the baby in it, on top of the car.
On top of the car. So things
so.
happen, ladies.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to have sympathy.
No,
it's not everybody really do things to hurt the
intentionally. I get it. We just say, here goes a young life lost, you know, because we were not paying attention. We don't pay attention. Thank you, Ed.
And that's right. Again, some people have problems too, and they keep thinking about the problem, and these things happen.
As Andrea says, a lot of men can't focus on more than one thing at a time. Thank you, Eddie. All righty.
Just say one woman.
Whatever, Eddie. Ryan, are you there?
I am here. I agree with that line of statement you make on the first, when you say about people who are not accustomed of doing things.
Yes.
Lady D, I can tell you, this 1 minute where we tell ourselves, oh, let me just step in for 1 minute. That 1 minute goes for 15, 20, an hour.
Yes.
And I see him just stopping probably just to pick up something, and somebody call him, say, come here, can you just give me information this? And one thing leads to another.
And that's
on
it.
The flip side, our mother never called to follow up. So say, okay, you drop off the baby yet?
Yeah, because she's so sure he's going to drop her off. Oh, Lord.
And she never called who the babysitter and say, okay, in reach with the baby, how the baby doing? Nobody called throughout the day to find out the poor baby state, and then, you know, I just hope they get over it very fast. For the mother, woman not gonna get over that forever. It's a never-ending saga. That's gonna be a nightmare. But it's a sad forget. It's not. I don't think it was willfully, maliciously done.
No, I don't think so either.
As I agree with you. Just don't stop. Them send you for God drop off it. Just run
on straight.
Drop it off and don't look to nobody. Dark your way. Just dark your way to where they send you, drop the package off and go about your business. Not take no 1 minute, 2 minutes. Sometimes it could be something else. It could be a phone. It could pull over for a phone call.
Yes.
And they're talking, and the baby in the back vomiting and not realizing what's going on, and the next thing you know, the baby choke and dead right there. Same way. So many things could happen when we just not focus on what we're supposed to focus on. It is so sad.
It is. Thank you, Ryan.
God. I hope the wife can have more.
I would hope so.
Yes.
Yes. Blessings.
Yeah.
Thanks.
My prayers. All right.
Okay. All righty. Good evening. News Pick of the Week. How are you?
Lady D. Miss Gomez.
Sir.
I just want to let you know, maybe I could be wrong, but I'm telling you the truth. I don't know if I could come out of the car and leave my baby in the car. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't. Even the mother inside of the car, I'm always looking through the mirror to see what the baby doing. Even the mother is there. I always look at them. So if I don't see the baby in the mother's hand, the baby must in the car.
Yes. Donald, I tell you, you know, because there's some men and women, they're so connected to their children that it's almost like they have, you know, the Martian, the antennas just all over. Just they constantly hearing and seeing things. It's like their children can never be out of their sight.
Yes, well, I understand you, ladies, and I know what you're saying, but me, I cannot come out the car if my baby in the car and don't take him.
Yeah.
Something happened to me. I forgot my house or something wrong with me, because Even when me step on the gas, me I look at my baby all right now. That better me the car outside, more my baby all right. So me can't come out of the car and leave her in the car, sir. I'm
Yes.
sorry, ma'am.
I understand, Donald. Thank you. I got you. It's very
Okay, you have a
sad.
wonderful evening.
Yes, you too.
God bless.
Blessings. Bye. Hi, yeah. I tell you, man. Good evening. How are you? Welcome. News pick of the week. Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Miss Lady D.
Yes, sir. Good evening to
How
you.
are you doing?
I'm well.
How was your program?
It's going well, thank you.
Well, I first never hear about it. Them call me and tell me about it.
What's your name? So let's.
My name is Robert.
Robert. Hi, Robert.
Yes. Robert, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You hear about the incident happening St. Elizabeth with the policeman and the baby?
So that's what we are talking about now.
Miss D, be honest to you, for real. I don't know you, you don't know me. You know, so that policeman lost his mind.
The policeman what?
You don't think that policeman lost his mind?
Lost his mind?
Yeah.
Well, like we have said, that it has happened to other people as well, especially here in this country. So I don't know. I don't know if he has lost his mind. He just totally was focused on stopping at work, going to figure out what they wanted him to do. And he assumed he would have been leaving, you know, and just got totally caught up in the job.
Miss D, listen to your stuff and be honest. Me honest to you. There's no way me don't know say me have a baby in a kid. Common sense can tell me say me have my baby in my kids. That means say if the baby in at the front, after the in the cattle. You mean me?
If the child were in the front, it is. If the child were in the front, possibly he would not have left her in there. If he did, if she was in the front and he did, he would have said to himself, I maybe soon come back. But if you come out of the vehicle like you usually do, this is the kind of person who they are so focused on work that the moment he gets into his workspace, he zooms out everything else. If he were to go for some psychiatric evaluation, I'm telling you, there are people like that. If they are doing one thing, it's like everything else becomes invisible. They're not seeing anything else. They're so tunnel visioned because of how the brain is wired. It's very, you and I don't understand it because you and I have never had that experience. We don't know what it is like to do that. Right? But it has happened and he's not the first one. So we try to now figure out, where does the brain go when that happens? Because there are four, your brain is parted in four. And the four parts have their own function. And then there's the frontal lobe in your forehead area. So how the information is being processed, it's almost like one side, like a half of the left side piece saying, me going to the daycare. But the other side piece say, I'm at work. And so they're not communicating at that point. It's one of those kinds of mystique. You know, you don't understand how the brain works. It's like somebody who suddenly gets dementia. They all of a sudden. Somebody called me the other day, you know, somebody who I know well. She traveled, right? And she called me through WhatsApp. And she said, hi, Sister Denise, how you doing? I'm like, you know, so and so, I'm so happy to hear you, how you enjoying yourself. So I didn't know how long she would have been staying. So I said to her, are you back? Meaning back in New York. She said, yes. I said, you come back? She said, yes, me in Portmore. I say, you're in Portmore. So by then in my head, I'm like, something going on here, man. I say, you're back in New York? She say, yes, me back in Portmore. Right? But she not back in New York yet. She's still in Jamaica. But something, and then only to hear yesterday, dementia just slap her like that. And clearly it was happening when I was talking to her. But I said something not right. But then she told me, she gonna go out and stuff. So I left it be, and I have not spoken to her since. That was from in December. But then the brain just shift. I'm telling you. All right, let me take another call. Somebody's on the other line. Okay, but I respect your comment, and I'm pleased that you called me. Okay, Robert?
Yeah, but me can't understand, Miss D. Me can't understand. Me know, so we get up a man time to brush my teeth. I mean, me step before me drink my tea. Me can't understand.
No,
that's the part me can't understand.
Hello.
Because number one,
understand.
me know definitely a man time. Me get up a man time. Me know definitely go brush my teeth. Me take a cup of tea. I mean, definitely go be the man in time. Nothing so be it. Take brush my teeth. Make me wet fresh. That me can go drink a cup of tea and figure. No, me not think that. Me no do. Me mind we have lost some places.
All right, I got you. Let me take another call. Good evening. How are you? I'm wrapping up. It's 8 o'clock.
I am good, Robert. It's coming like how people lock up the keys in the car, and it's when they're ready to move again, they can't find the key. The key locked in the car, so things happen, Robert. Things happen to people.
Yeah, me understand that, Mr. Francis. Me understand that, but when you get up a man in time, just slide the weed, you get over. You already know. You forgot about some tea before you drink a cup of tea.
Yes,
you already know that you're not saying no.
But
Robert,
there you go.
That's why I said to the lady. That's why we said to the mind glass, in mind gone. That mind. Yeah. Yes, that's what I said to you before.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Robert.
Okay.
All right. I gotta go.
Dog in punishment.
I don't know how that's gonna work, boy. We have to just wait. I am hoping that they go into counseling and that the judicial system will, prove that it was not intentional.
Okay.
You know?
I understand.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Robert.
No problem.
Okay. Is there another caller? Because I gotta go. It's a minute after 8.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye. Alrighty, so that's it. Well, I had a good evening. Hope you did too. Oh my goodness, we chatted together this evening. Isn't it nice when we can talk to one another? Of course it is. So, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez, brought to you by Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in to the show this evening. Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. It has been my pleasure hosting the show, brought to you by Cooler Runnings. Thanks to Touch FM Radio 90.1, signradio.net, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com for broadcasting the show on your platform. And to Linkage Radio Audience 104.5, 101.7, and linkageradio.com and on TuneIn. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping you will have a really great weekend, no matter what. There are some unexpected things that happen to us in life. Can I tell you? Have had my experiences. And no matter how you play it over in your mind, you're wondering, what could I have done differently? And every time you try, you're like, I don't know. If I had done this, if I had done that. And sometimes when we hear things have happened to people, idealistically, we try to rationalize it from that perfect space. But we're imperfect beings. And things do happen to us in life. So, I'm going to dock myself home to my yard now. Thank you, Ryan. Docking myself home to my yard. But before I go, I'd like to remind you to hop on over right now to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. That's KaribbeanVibez.com. And catch Chris Wilby in the Smooth Groove. At 9 p.m., he has an interview with, what's the name? Alexandra Barnett. Stick and stay with him. Don't go anywhere. And stay with us right here on Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station. 24/7, 365 days for the year. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. A lot of love and blessings, everyone. I am out of here.
You're locked on to the #1 radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
#1. The best music for your listening pleasure.
Honey, you know, I just get a call from Mama again. She told me she haven't received the barrel as yet. Which shipping company do you use to send it off?
Last year, no.